Hi Stampers, my name is Sandy Hancock. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator coming to you from Southern California. And today is Monday, May the 26th, 2025. It is Memorial Day weekend. And I am going to have the fun of finally pulling out my Thankful Garden bundle. You know, I've had this bundle for weeks and I've just never worked with it. And so last week I decided it was time to pull it out. So I'm going to be making two cards today. I'm going to make a card with the hydrangea, and then I'm also going to be making a fun fold card, the same fun fold card with this primrose. I don't really know what this flower is, but other people are calling it a primrose. So I'm just going to go with what they're saying. Now, the papers that I'm using are coming from our brand new papers that come with each color family. And they come like this. No matter, which set it is, they all have the splatter, and on the back are the flowers. And then they've got the leaves, and then they've got the stripes. And so as you can see, I'm using the stripes and the splatter, and I'm going to use that for both the blue hydrangea and for the pink primrose. Okay, so let's get started. Oh, and here's the Thankful Garden bundle. So I'm using Thankful for You Friend, and You Make a Difference is going to go on the inside. So it's a really nice, very, very nice bundle. Okay, so I'm going to get my cutter, and let's move. Oh, yeah, why don't you take a picture? I almost forgot. So the main card is going to be 9.5 by 4 1/4. We're going to score it at 4 inches. And then whether you're using Bubble Bath, or I also have a Highland Heather card I'm going to show you for the hydrangea, or the Blueberry Bushel. The cardstock is going to be 4 by 3 3/4, and then the little piece on the side here is 4 inches by 1.5. And then, of course, the DSP is just going to be 1/4 inch less than the cardstock. Then the flap, that's the fun fold part of the card, is usually about 4.5 inches by 1 1/4, and we're going to score it at 3/4 of an inch. And then the background is not going to be put underneath the fold. The background is just simply added on here, because if you put it underneath the card, it's just too much bulk. Fortunately, the weight of the hydrangea kind of weights down the card so that it stays put just like you want it to. Okay. All right, so take a picture if you haven't taken a picture already. See if I can get that in the picture too. Yep. All right, and then we will get going. And I'm just going to put some of these things over here. I can talk about that again in a minute. Okay, so here we go. All right, so our main card is going to be 9.5 by 4 1/4. So I'm just going to go ahead and cut this for both of the cards that I'm making. So we're going to cut it at 4 1/4. Oh, I should have cut it at 9.5 first. Oh well, make myself work a little bit harder here, I guess. Okay, so now 9.5. Yep, it would have been easier if I just cut both of them. Okay, this will be a nice piece for a greeting at some point. And then let's just go ahead and do the second one too. 9.5. This is going to be for the pink primrose card. Oh, you know, I'm so thankful for my friend Carol. I call her the other half of my brain. She keeps me straight on which flowers are which, because I'm not really a flower person. My mom was a major flower person. Okay, so thank you very much, Carol. Okay, now this is the arm. I'm just going to go ahead, since I've got this out. I'm going to score this at 3/4 of an inch. Okay, and we'll work with that in a minute. Oh, oops. I also have to score my cardstock. We're going to score this at 4. Okay. All right, here we go. Okay, so I've got my cardstock scored, and I'm going to, first of all, I think I'm going to fold it this way because the edges are a little bit smoother this way. You want to make sure that your edges, I'm not sure mine were, are nice and even. Okay, then I'm just going to take my thumbnail and run it across the edge to kind of smooth it out a little bit. Perhaps I need a new blade in my cutter. That's always a possibility. All right, now let's go ahead and start adding our pieces. This is a fun fold that is actually so simple. So it's fun to make because it kind of creates a wow, and it's not a lot of work. So we're going to put our DSP, and you can see here again the dimensions. Then we'll put it onto the main card. By the way, I asked Siri what colors that hydrangeas come in, and they said, or it said, she said, blue, white, red, pink, and purple. So I'm doing blue, and this is blueberry bushel, by the way, cardstock. So, and then I'm going to use Highland Heather. Well, I've already made the Highland Heather one. I'm just going to show you that one. But I'm kind of fascinated with the fact that it could be red. I'm not sure I've ever seen a red hydrangea. I think my friend Carol said she's seen a green one. And so maybe, oh, you know what? Whoa! I'm not going to put that down very firmly yet because I want to stamp first on it. I want to stamp, and it needs to go underneath. This is the arm. So the one I made initially, I made it in blue. This time I'm going to stamp it in garden green. And you can see if you have a preference or a druther. Let me just fold that back. Okay, thankful for you, friend. I really like that. And you know what? As long as I have this out, I'm going to go ahead and stamp You Make a Difference. Remember now, this one also comes from the Thankful Garden. Okay, so we got that done. So the inside is done. All right, so now, if there was any little challenge to this card, it would be thinking about where you're going to place the arm and getting it straight. So let me just show you. Okay, see, this arm is down, whereas the one on the Primrose is up. And it has everything to do with what you're mounting on it. So I knew that I couldn't have the arm as high on the hydrangea as I did on the Primrose because the hydrangea was going to cover up the writing, whereas the Primrose is fine, just like it is, with it in the middle. Okay, so that means I need to position this. Oops. Lift it up just a little bit. So I'm going to position it about maybe right here. And then I'm going to check to see if it's straight. I wonder if I got that about the same. Oh, it's a little lower. I think I'll put it a little bit higher since I did before. That seems to have worked out. Okay, now that actually looks really good. Okay, then the other thing I want you to know is you can see this one has a backing behind it. And like I said earlier, the backing doesn't go around and under the back of this because that's just way too bulky. So all I did was just add it on here. And you can see I've got it a lot longer, so I may end up cutting off some of it. But just go ahead and put adhesive on the arm. And then let's see if we can just get this in there nice and straight. Okay, that looks pretty good. And then I'll probably cut that down when we get to the hydrangea. Okay, so now I'm just going to stamp. And again, I'm going to use my Stamparatus, which is a Stampin' Up, a former Stampin' Up tool. And so, and the reason I like to do it is, I don't know, I must be rough on my pads or something because I see other people stamping and they just stamp one time and their black print comes out so nicely. But anyway, mine doesn't. And so I like to be able to stamp it more than once. That's actually okay, but I prefer, you know, and there are other apparatuses, or do you say apparati? No, apparatuses out there other than the one that Stampin' Up! Used to manufacture. So just look around and find one. It's so helpful because it saves you so much time and cardstock and frustration when you can just stamp a second time and not have to throw something away. Okay, so now I'm looking for my paper that I put, here it is. Okay. So it's helpful if you'll just get some paper and anchor it a little bit before you start using your masks. There are 5 masks that come with this Thankful Garden. And so I've mentioned this before, but the numbers they're there, but they're very difficult to see. So I just used a marker and went ahead and remarked mine, one of the Sharpies, okay? And then, oh my goodness, when I was first trying to use this mask for the hydrangea, I was just going nuts. I could not get it lined up. And then all of a sudden I realized, duh, you have it upside down. Okay, so I had it upside down. And trust me, that is nothing but frustration. Okay, so easy to line up. And then I am going to take a pen and I'm going to mark where this is. You don't really need it for mask number 2, but it is pretty helpful for mask number 3. Okay, so now I'm going to start out with Balmy Blue. And I'm going to do the first 2 masks in Balmy Blue. And I'm going to keep it relatively light. I'm just going in a circular motion. I love these masks because they make, I mean, just look how beautiful this is. And it's just so simple. You actually can color this, of course, with your markers, your blenders, if you want to. But I just love the masks because it just makes it so easy. Okay, so that's mask number 1. Okie doke. Now we're going to go for mask number 2. And I'll line it up here, but it's actually very easy to line up, even without the mark. Number 3 is the one that can be just a little bit tricky. And I'm going to do number 2, the number 2 mask, that's also going to be in Balmy Blue. But now I want this to be darker. So I'm pressing harder in my pad, and I'm pressing harder on my cardstock. Okay, let's take a peek. Woo, beautiful. Okay, so that's number 2. Now number 3, we'll put away Balmy Blue, and I'm going to get out Blueberry Bushel. Now this one is very dark, so I don't want to get too carried away with it. All right, so now this one comes in very handy. And you can see I still have to line it up a little bit, but it's really helpful to have this mask for number 3. I mean, to have it marked here for number 3. I tried lining it up without it, and it's a little bit challenging. At least it was for me. Okay, so now I want this to be dark, but I don't want it to, you know, don't want to kill it. So I'm going to go over it, and whoo, it looks so dark. Wow. Okay, that's really pretty, isn't it? I hope I have this up high enough for you to see. I'm not really sure I need any more color. I think I'm good. Okay, so let's put away the Blueberry Bushel. And I'm going to get out Garden Green. And these are just very easy to line up. You don't need the mark because you can see exactly what you're doing. Okay. All right, let's see, where's my green? Okay, oh, here you are, right here. Okay, so I'm going to go a little bit on the light side here. Don't want to push too hard because I want a nice contrast when I come back in with mask number 5. Okay, that's perfectly fine. Okay, so now mask number 5. And again, this is so easy to line up. You really, really don't need that mark. And this one now, I do want some contrast, so I'm going to press a little bit harder here. Okay, whoops. Let's take a peek. Ooh, that looks nice. Okay, so we're good. All right, so now, let's see. We're going to get the die cut out. And we'll get it placed. See how easy? This is just so easy. It's easy to line up. It's easy to cut. Okay, I think we're good. And I will go over to my cutter, and you'll hear that I have an electric one, which is really handy for me. And we'll get this cut out. And I just have to run it through one time. All right, so now let's see, we can put that away, we can put this away. And let's just kind of lightly pull this off. That can be trash. And then we're going to gently pull this tape off, because the last thing we want to do is tear up our flower. Okay, so I'm putting that away. And did I get an extra one? Yeah. I actually like 3, but I forgot to cut these out ahead of time, so I'm just going to have 2. I just like the extra depth that this gives to the flower. Okay, now let's see here what we're going to do. Now see, I do want to cut the blue down because it shows over here. So let's see. I think I'm just going to take my scissors. See, I'm going to cut, and I think that'll be enough. I just don't want it showing through this little place right there. Okay, so then I am going to, let's see if that works. Okay, so then I can add my hydrangea. Yep, it's not showing, and I can see my words. Beautiful. Okay, see? I don't even know what that is. Okay, something extra. You make a difference. Come on, this is so simple, isn't it? And it's really, really beautiful. So now let's add some embellishments. And I'll have to tell you the truth. These embellishments I discovered have retired. However, I like them, and we don't really have anything else at this moment to match Blueberry Bushel. So I'm going to go ahead and use, these are called, and you may have them, they're called Tinsel Gems 4-pack. So you may have gotten these yourself. And I'm just, oh, you know what, before I do that, I want to put on some Winkostella. Winkostella just makes everything pop. Ooh, I think the sun just went down. Okay, I'm going to open up my light. Wow, I think the sun just went under a cloud. Okay, I think that's good. And then I've got to go turn my light on too. Wow, the sun was so bright. I didn't even need a light. Okay, now we're good. All right, so, all right. I'm going to put 5 on here. I hope I didn't just put a green one on there. I did. Oh, good grief, Charlie Brown. Okay, so I'm going to just pick places for 5 of the, whoops, I guess you have to pick it up. 2, 3. Okay, I only have 3. So let me pull out this new pack that I have. I'll get 2 more. And it doesn't really make a lot of difference, I guess, where you put them. Just kind of center them. Okay, so there we go. Okay, now you can, oh, excuse me. I also want to put a dragonfly on here. There we go. All right, so you can decide if you like it in green or if you like it in blue. I actually like it both ways. So whichever way you like it is just fine. And then I want to show you the one with purple. Excuse me. All right, so this is Highland Heather, and it's highlighted with Gorgeous Grape. Everything else is exactly the same. And I think I made one of these with green also. So you can go green or you can go purple, whichever way you like. So here are the 2 hydrangeas that I made, if you want to take pictures of those. And then we're going to flip over to the Primrose. Okay, aren't those simple? I mean, that is really, really simple. And let me put the, see, I think you can still see this. The arm or the flap, you want to measure that. That's the only little part of the whole thing that you have to think about too much. Okay, now when it comes to the Primrose, I've already made the card because it's made exactly like the hydrangea. So you don't really need to see me do that again. I will say that this is Bubble Bath cardstock, and I'm going to be using Bubble Bath and Petunia Pop to color in my Primrose. So I will just get out my paper again. I've already stamped it, and I'm just going to go back now to number 1 and see the hydrangeas here, the Primrose is here. So it's all very convenient and easy to line up. Okay, so now let's find Bubble Bath and Petunia Pop. Okay, so here is, I'm going to put this one here since it's the one I'm going to use. And again, I'm going to make this kind of light. This is the Bubble Bath. I mean, you could just sit and make quite a few of these cards. They're just so beautiful. And of course, you could just put them on different kinds of cards. It doesn't have to be this kind of card. Okay, so there's number 1. Beautiful. Okay, number 2. Okay, now it would have been helpful for me if I had marked number 1, because number 2 isn't quite as easy on this to line up. So I'm going to go back and I am going to mark this. Okay, so here we go. Sometimes you need these marks and sometimes you don't. All right, now let's see if this is helpful for number 2. Yes, it's very helpful. Let's see if I need to adjust it just a teeny tiny bit. And I'm going to keep this, oops, yep. I'm going to keep this in the Bubble Bath. I'm going to go a little bit harder this time. And I'm saving the Petunia Pop just for the last pop. So this is going to be a good bit darker. Ooh, yeah. Oh my word, that is so pretty. Okay, then here comes number 3. And again, it's helpful if you have, see if I'm agreeable with this. I don't really want, I'm going to move it just a little bit because I don't want this outside of the flower. I don't understand that. It's not quite right. Here we go. Okay, let's get all the little marks inside of the flower. I guess it is. Okay, just line it up, Sandy. All right, then we'll just take our Petunia Pop. And again, I'm not gonna go too dark. I'm just gonna, it's dark all by itself. So let's just add a little Petunia Pop and take a look. Okay, that actually looks good. I might add just a tiny bit more. Not much. Okay, all right, so I think we're good. Oh, I think I moved it. Oh, sigh. Oh, well, I think it'll still be okay. All right, so now we come to the leaves, and they, once again, are very easy to do. Go back and get my garden green. Yeah, don't move your mask. Okay, let's see if we can get her lined up here. Okie doke. And then again, I'm going to keep this first coat pretty light. Yeah, that's good. And then we'll go to number 5. And let's get the right mask. Okay. Get it lined up. See, the flowers, you really don't need to use the markings too much. They're pretty easy to line up. Okay. Now this is going to be a nice darker contrast. Hope I didn't go too dark. No, that's good. Okay, isn't that pretty? Very, very pretty. And while I have it right here, I'm going to go ahead and add the Stella. Yeah, my flowers. Oh, sigh. Kind of have 2 marks on them. Oh, well, because I moved the mask. But we'll survive. Okay. So now let's get the die for the Primrose and get it all set up, ready to cut. Again, it's easy to line up. It's just not a lot of effort that you have to put into making what comes out to be a really beautiful card. Okay, so here we go. I'm so grateful for an electric cutter because of my back. When you have back issues or issues with your hands, the electric cutter comes in really handy. Okay, so once again, we'll just pull this off very gently. And I did cut out a second piece. Usually I use 3, but I'm not going to take the time right now to cut a 3rd one. And I'm going to go ahead and pull this off, put it away. I'm really into putting things away after I use them because just one time, I lost a die. And because I lost a die that I really needed, I had to buy the whole die set over again. Yeesh, that did not make me happy at all. Okay, now see how this is going to fit on there so beautifully. Let's see if I got enough. I think I'm going to put a little bit more. Stella. This one might be getting to the end. And then for the embellishments, I'm pretty sure this is probably retired too. Adhesive back shiny sequins. They have some pink that match this so beautifully. So I'm just going to pull off a couple. Pull off some big ones. Put it right in the center. Oops, get in there. Okay. And then, let's see. I'm going to add the adhesive to this piece. If you add it to the back of the flower, chances are, oh, you know what? I didn't put these 2 together. Chances are you're going to get your adhesive in the wrong place. I'll show you what I mean by the wrong place. if I put my adhesive on the back of here, it's possible that I could be putting it on a place that's going to stick around here, and we don't want to do that. So it's just safer to put your adhesive there. Okay, come on, these are not hard cards to make. Isn't that beautiful? I would absolutely love to get it. So we've got pink. Oh, and I have another one to show you too. I wanted to show you the difference. This paper, black and white striped, is from the Lovely Garden papers. And it's interesting because, I don't know, my eye, when I look at this all pink one, the flowers actually look larger to me than they look on top of the black. So I don't know if that's some kind of optical illusion or what, but for my eye, this looks bigger than this. But of course we know they're exactly the same. So you can take a picture of those. And then if you haven't gotten a picture of the blue and the purple, aren't those beautiful? Oh, I can hardly wait to send them. So thank you so much for joining me. If you don't have a regular demonstrator, please reach out to me at Sandy Stamper, no A in the Stamper, at earthlink.net. I'm happy to send you a catalog and help you in any way that I can. And then if you've enjoyed this video, I would love it if you subscribed and hit like. That really helps me. So again, thank you so much for joining me, and I will look forward to seeing you the next time.